Hey there, how's it going? Great to see you again. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight I'm going to be looking at what you can do to make responding to the comments on your videos much more efficient without making it impersonal or just blank automated comments. Stick around, I'll show you what I mean. Hey there, thanks for coming back, great to see you again. Now before I get started, just a quick reminder that if you haven't been here before, do hit that subscribe button so that you get notified, and the bell of course, also the like and all those other buttons and things. And if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you. You see what I did there? I just invoked a call to action, which is me asking you to do something like leave a comment. So I'm putting that ability to leave a question in the comments in the forefront of your mind. This is a great thing for you to do in your videos as well, because then you will be getting people actually engaging with you, and then you respond to them, and when you respond they get a notification of that response, and they come back and view your video again, and they might go into another video on your channel. This means you can use the comments in YouTube to drive more traffic and more engagement and more views and people watching multiple ones of your videos. That's a really good thing to do. Now TubeBuddy have got this really cool canned responses tool that I'm going to show you in just a moment, and what that does is it lets you respond to more comments by partially automating the comments that you're providing. You can write these canned responses in your own language, and you're just using them to save yourself some typing. So basically it's not just clicking thanks all the time, because that's not engaging, that's just fobbing off really. It's some templates of the way that you normally phrase things that that go into a response to a comment that you can then personalize for the person that you're responding to, and also ask them a question and things like that. Let's have a quick look at the canned response tool in TubeBuddy, which is right up here. Don't you love my thumbnails at the moment, by the way? That's looking like a really good video tab. So I'll click on the TubeBuddy link at the top here, and I'm going to come down to website tools, and down underneath here I've got canned responses. So I'll just click that and open it. And here we go, I've got my starting of a canned response campaign. Now I've only got a couple of these in here. Now I'm going to create 2 or 3 more that are the type of comment that I leave, and it's in my own language, note that, and they're really easy to do and then really easy to use later. So I'm just going to start one off by clicking on add a canned response up here. Okay, and what I can do is just give that one a name, which is just going to be glad you found it useful. And for my canned response, I'm going to make it a bit of a personalized message. So I'm going to go hi, and I'm going to put a squiggly bracket in squiggly bracket. That will put the person's name in there, and an exclamation mark. Glad you found the video useful. Let me know how it works for you. And I'll put a smiley face on there as well. So putting the exclamation mark in there and adding the smiley face to the end and being able to insert the user's name, these are things that the user is going to remember, and it's going to get them to come back and want to respond again. It feels like it's a personal thing, and it is, because I am personalizing this message. You can personalize it more as well and give it some context. Just a quick note on the canned responses, the placeholders here, which I used up here, which is the N and the squiggly brackets, that's the only placeholder that exists at the moment. What that does is it gets the channel name and replaces the N with the actual channel name in the response. That means that you're talking directly back to that channel, and you're talking to them by their name, and that makes a big difference to people. So what I'm going to do now is just save changes, and you can see that we've got our canned response sitting up the top here. So I'm just going to have a look at some of the responses I've had to videos recently. I'll just jump back to my channel, and I'm going to go to my studio page and into comments. Now you can see these are all the comments that I haven't responded to yet. YouTube also have started putting in some of these canned responses, which is excellent, and those are ones that are sort of generated based on what you've done previously. You can also click the TubeBuddy tool just here, and it's got the canned responses for TubeBuddy in here. So Here I've got a comment back from Lexa Dixon, who you've possibly seen in some of my videos and me in some of his. I'm just going to click that one there, and I'm going to go, hey, glad you found it useful. Let me know how that works for you. And you can see it's put in there, hi Lexa Dixon, glad you found the video useful, all that sort of stuff. Important distinction here is it doesn't just post that straight away, it lets you edit it. So I can come in here now, and where it says let me know how it works for you, I can put let me know how the YouTube editor worked for you. There you go, and then I can hit the reply. That means that the canned response just saves me retyping the same thing over and over again, but I can still edit it and personalize it and add some context to it, as well as the tool already putting in Lexa Dixon's name in that placeholder. So that's going to save you a heap of time and means that you can respond to a lot more of your comments and your users, and they'll come back and see your videos again. It's another click, it's another view. It starts playing when they come back to read your response, and if you're clever, you'll make your response also a question which calls for another reply from them. Notice how on that one there I put let me know how using this has worked for you. So now he's going to type that back. I've got some more view time, and it gives me a chance to respond yet again. All of these things drive more engagement. They build conversations. Other people read that and might chime in, and they quite often do. Once there's 2 or 3 posts in the thread, quite often somebody else will chip in with an idea of theirs and want to respond. Much more likely than they are if they're the first respondent to a comment. But anyway, that's how this tool works, and I find it augments rather than fights with the YouTube comments. The default ones in YouTube, which you can see here, which are the thanks for coming, welcome aboard, awesome, thank you, they're very default and they're quite bland. If you use these as well, for example here, you can still edit that one, but they're not your turn of phrase, they're not the words that you would use necessarily. They're very good and very clever AI that works those ones out, but I find that having those available and also the canned responses from TubeBuddy make a brilliant set of tools that you can use to very quickly respond to a large number of comments online, and hey, that's a good thing. Anyway, I hope you found this useful. If you have, do hit the subscribe button down here, and of course don't forget to watch this video and this video while you're hitting the likes and leaving comments and that sort of stuff, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.